Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo April 7, 2022. Generally these days, you're enjoying a broader, more optimistic perspective. However, today's energies can challenge this outlook temporarily. Others may be withholding or critical, but it's best not to take these things too seriously. Constructive criticism is one thing, and today's fault-finding quite another, so aim to pay it little or no mind. However, you might identify flaws in a situation that lead to valuable improvements. With this managed, you might discover clever and novel ways to combine work and adventure or learning. Ideally, as the day advances, you pay more attention to your intuition instead of overthink things. Where is your power being taken away from you? Where do you need to set firm boundaries in your love life? For instance, Mercury the Messenger will be transiting through your expansive ninth house of adventure, belief systems, and unknown territory, inspiring and catapulting you forward with passion, but this is where things could get tricky. Meanwhile, the Moon will be sitting alongside Jupiter and Neptune in Gemini, fogging up your 8th house of mergers, intimate unions, and soulmate connections, which means you may or may not necessarily know what you're getting into. Follow your instincts in the love department, and be discerning. Take a leap of faith. Following a unique commitment could lead you to your professional fate and destiny, especially when Venus in Gemini squares the North Node in Taurus. The square could put some tension on your partnerships and obligations, particularly those that are a little left field. But partnering with unconventional individuals and working with atypical entities could lead to better security in your career. Although different from what you would expect to commit to, these agreements could add incredible value to your professional legacy. Before leaving your financial sector today, the Moon will align with Jupiter and Neptune, as it has done with every visit this year. The difference this time is the planets of luck and dreams are just days away from aligning, and with Venus, the planet of money, returning next week. This can inspire your imagination and daydreams with perfect timing. There is a world out there waiting to be discovered. Your increased dynamism will spur other people into joining in. Be flexible and spontaneous, maybe traveling to a new town or on a short journey. Rediscovering your own local area can also be very inspiring, and even more enjoyable in the company of others. You're feeling sensitive today. That's totally okay. Let your friends know that you're in a mood, and remember not to fly off the handle over any of the small stuff. You feel independent, open to fresh experiences. Don't be rushed too quickly into anything, even if you've a real opportunity to get to know someone new and interesting. Irrespective of whether you fall hopelessly in love or have a set plan, your love life is evolving in new ways. Try to make them the best. The current planetary configuration impels you to examine your life with a healthy perspective. You could be working on a plan of how you would like to live your life over the next 25 years. You must endeavor to make your health choices consciously, for your bodies is the very structure in which you live. Give yourself all the help you need in figuring out what works best for you in terms of diet and exercise, and create a balance that enhances your well-being. Look for other ways to communicate your thoughts and feelings other than talking. Chances are, talk comes easily for you, but there is an infinite number of others ways to express yourself. Give writing, painting, drawing, music, sculpture, and any other art form that appeals to you a shot. You may discover many hidden talents on this day if you give yourself a chance. Don't spend time worrying about how good you are. Just enjoy the process. Try everything you can think of. As she spends her first full day in your financial sector, Venus, the planet of money, finds that not only is she not alone, but she has returned with perfect timing. Venus is here just as an alignment between Jupiter and Neptune that has been building for months is finally about to come together. While it is Mars' return next week that will bring a chance to take proactive steps towards taking your financial power back as the planets of money, luck, and dreams come together. This is fostering a new sense of what's possible. Venus' departure from your relationship sector yesterday may have taken the planet of love out of the game, but she leaves behind planets that will continue to fight for what you want from your relationships. As Mars starts to separate from Saturn, his hot-headed enthusiasm will rebound, creating a new sense of enthusiasm when it comes to fighting for what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Our eyes in the sky. Ready or not, it's time for a round of big boss, little boss at the office. If your supervisor isn't very savvy, you could be forced to take control of a current project. They might be protective of their role, but you can navigate your way around this power play. The Aries new moon could rock our world by shaking up our sense of stability. Under this luminary, we are cosmically asked to step up and manifest a new vision, which could prove challenging. The universe could create obstacles and throw roadblocks in our way, but with the right planning and a positive attitude, you can overcome them and fly high. But hits to the ego and emotional meltdowns will happen. Think of this like a seasonal shedding. In order to embrace the new, we must let go of what we've outgrown and no longer need. Unfortunately, if you haven't been trusting your instincts, you may have been thrown off your path. Now you're learning that you need to rely more on your third eye when dealing with others. Your intuition can be a lifesaver if you're open to accessing it. Whether or not the is something you are celebrating today, you will be assisted by the ambitious and practical Gemini moon. This should help you get everything done precisely and accurately. If you're able to be around relatives today, this lunation is especially supportive of stepping up and being there for family members. And even if you aren't planning any kind of gathering, you will most likely be the one from your clan chosen to be in charge of organizing current events or ones coming up in the future. Today is also about overcoming obstacles, as this strong and committed lunar energy supports you not giving up no matter what you're up against. Take some time to consider your role in your family, your neighborhood, your community, and society as a whole, and then make a plan so you can be a better contributor to any and all of these important groups. By now you know there are ways around in-person meetings. Stand up and be counted by making a worthwhile contribution to the world. Later in the afternoon there's a Moon-Neptune sextile that puts you in touch with your emotions and allows you to rely heavily on your intuition. If your partner, friend, or parent says they're fine but you can feel that they're distant, don't just let it go. Your compassion and understanding can make a big difference in someone else's life, so don't ignore that little voice that's saying, something is wrong.